How you doing, team? We are on just at the start to let you know that the hashtag live tickets are on sale December 19th. Classic Grand in Glasgow. Get your tickets now. It's going to be an amazing night. We hope you can join us.
Live music from Mr. Misa Ross Ferguson, special guests, Frank Sinazzi, Santa, and Scott's pal,
David Haddingham, a wonderful comedian. Also live performance from TBF, the Belgian, Northern Irish
internet sensation.
Acid duo. And it's going to be great. It's the first hashtag live since COVID. We can't
in 2 years, mate. In 2 years.
It's going to be epic, man. So we hope you can join us. December 19th, Classic Grand in Glasgow, hashtag live. It's a Christmas miracle. Get in the website, hashtagshow.co.uk. Ticket links are on there. Or you can go to see tickets and search the hashtag show. Get them now. It's going to be, you don't want to miss it. It's going to be epic.
Now, everybody, come on, let's go and listen to episode 152.
Enjoy it. Enjoy the episode. And we'll speak to you all soon. And heroes, enjoy the extended version. Get your tickets. We'll see you in December. All the best.
21.5 gallons. Oh, we funny bone, son.
Episode.
Tell me, Scott.
152. I've just been for a poo. It was runny and wet. I've not done a solid shite since the 90s. How about you? It's the hashtag show. We're back again. What will we talk about this week? Because we're in the ears of the scumbags and the heroes and everyone. If you've got the pod, diddly-dee. But I keep hitting that fucking table.
Calm down. I just want to add to that wee song, that wee ditty there you sang there. Hey, episode 152. If you're Catholic or Jew, we don't care. Come on and join the podcast, the hashtag podcast. If you're a Protestant or one of those strange religions that believe with guys with snake heads and elephants, we don't care. Come on, we just want to share our snowflake anti-information on the hashtag show with my friend Scott Gibson and yours truly, Cheeky Mal.
I saw a dentist the other day, not to see one. I walked past a dentist, and in the window they had written, "Everybody welcome." And I thought, no way, man.
They're ripping us off.
And
fucking went, legal letter.
No, nobody's safe, man. I just went into the reception. She was like, "Are you here to do this?" And I went, "Nobody's safe, man." And she's like, "What? Nobody's
right up out the window. Hey, nobody's safe, man.
Pushed my two hairy neeps right up to the glass. And I was like, "Sandra, nobody's safe, man."
No, I don't. And just went like, "Can I speak to the head dentitionist?" The head practitionerist.
I don't know if you can tell. I've been to the barbers this morning to get trimmed and whatnot.
Did you go for the peak or just the wee sort of trim kind of thing? Because I know your missus doesn't like the Vulcan.
Oh, no,
peak.
I've had to get it rounded the ball. She doesn't like the pins. The when I get it shaped into like a triangle, a sharp.
I like that. I like
it as well. But hey, I love the missus, and if I want a happy life, you do as you're told. So
yeah,
I get
happy
it
life, dead wife. Sorry.
Today though, however, normally I get one of the other boys, but I got the gaffer the day, right? And even when I walked in, there was nobody there, right? So I walked in, and he went like, "My man." I was like, "My man." I says, "I want to stand for that trim, boys." And he got up out his seat and came over, right, with a good gown. And I went, "Oh, I'm getting a gaffer today." He went, "Sit down. No,
he's a Turkish gaffer.
Well, this is the thing. It's a Turkish barbers, but they're not Turkish. They're Kurdish. Right? But
they're kidding on, they're Turkish just to get
because everybody knows a Turkish barber. You think that's the a Turkish barber in the barbering world. Turkey is number one. It's Champions League.
Well, it's kind of like the McDonald's or barbers. It's just they've got the biggest franchise.
But they know, like, if you've ever been to Turkey and you get a proper Turkish barber, you're like,
they know that they boys know the way about an open razor.
It's a craft. It's like a barista. It's like like there's boys who will grow up going, "See, when I'm old, I want to be a barber," and his dad will shed a tear. They'll be like, "That's good, my man." So,
father, see, when I grow up, I want to be a barber just like you. You shut your face and eat your kebab, son.
See, when you're older, Abdul, you can get 2 jobs, mate. Barber or kebab chef. That's it. No, I want to be in films. Listen, wee man, you're going to shave faces I'll shave beef or lamb, whatever it is. That's all you're getting.
Yes. The last thing you want to be is gay like your cousin Francesco. We had to kill him at midnight in front of the whole village. You do not want to be a gay like Francesco.
We shaved his ass and then his penis.
We stitched his ass solid tight. We paraded him about the village and then we burnt him alive. It's the only way you can get rid of that sickness.
We watched this Imitation Game the other night as well. I only just realised that, you know, when people like in the old days when they were given chemical castration, I thought it was like...
What's chemical castration?
Well, this is, you know, the Imitation
Death by
Game?
chemical, a lethal injection?
No, the film about Alan Turing. The guy who basically... Oh, here we go, man. I already regret going doing this. There's a film called The Imitation Game, and it's a film about the... what would you call him? An inventor, professor, a guy called Alan Turing, who basically invented the Enigma machine, which broke the Nazi code, which stopped the war. Right?
Hey, listen, I've got to stop you right there. Unless there's a part 1, 2, and 3, I'm no fucking interested.
Well,
all right?
It would be quite hard because he's dead. So there's only a part 1. So
it would be a prequel.
Long
when he
story
pumped
short,
bloods and blew up things.
In the Second World War, the army, right, or Ministry of Defence, brought in a whole lot of people to try and crack the Nazi code, right? So every morning the Nazis would send out coded messages, and then at midnight they would recalibrate the machine. So you basically only had a day to crack the code, right? So they brought in all these code breakers, and Alan Turing was one of them. And Alan Turing decided that instead of sitting down and trying to decipher the codes, he was going to create a machine that would basically be able to decipher the codes every single day. Right? And it's a brilliant film. You should watch it, Imitation Game. So he creates this thing. The machine's named Christopher.
Good guy. Imitation guy.
The Enigma machine. This is the thing that cracks it, right? The Nazis in the end fucked themselves. Every single morning at 6 a.m. they send out a weather report. So one of the words in the first line is weather, for weather report, and they always sign it off with Heil Hitler. That's the last thing they sign it off with. So because they
fuck the rest of them.
So because because they know what those words are every single day, they know those words are going to be in it. They know those letters. So that's how they start programming it. But he creates this machine. But interestingly, Alan Turing was gay. He was basically arrested and charged for indecency, right? Because he was a gay man, right?
Was he caught in a toilet or something like that? Or?
No, they had caught somebody in a club in Manchester, and I don't know the truth of it, but in the film, the guy basically says that he was in Alan Turing's house and admits to being gay himself, and then Alan Turing has to admit to it, right? But the judge either gives him 2 years in prison or chemical castration. So because he doesn't want to leave the machine or his studies or his work, he chooses chemical castration. He doesn't want to go to jail. Which, like, I thought it was basically dip your balls in acid and wrote. No, it's you just basically take a tablet to remove any sexual urges you would have, right? But it basically just fucking fries your brain. It just makes you into.
I wonder what it was they were getting him.
Mate, I can only imagine it was horrendous. So,
anyway,
well, he couldn't even do a crossword. And this is a guy who's one of the smartest minds that ever existed, right? So he couldn't even do a crossword, couldn't do anything. Long story short, he kills himself. He commits suicide, and he commits suicide
because he's fucked up with these meds.
Yeah, and he commits suicide by he takes an apple and he injects cyanide into the apple, and he takes a bite at the apple, and the cyanide kills him. And that is why the Apple logo is an apple with a bite out of it, because of Alan Turing. So if you look at your iPhone, anything, the logo for Apple is an apple with a bite out of it, and that is because of Alan Turing. So the original computers that we know now as computers were originally called Turings or Turing machines after Alan Turing.
Wow.
And that's how the Apple logo comes
computers also enjoyed gay sex in private.
See, I mean, you just can't, this is the thing, you just can't even enjoy an amazing story.
That is a lovely story, right? But what's it called? The Enigma game? What was it? What was it called again?
I thought you said something else.
Just to clear that up, I said the Enigma game.
Yeah, Enigma Squid Game. It's called the Imitation Game.
Imitation Game. I was thinking about the fucking Generation Game. I
know you were,
Brucey? Good guy. Right,
but think about this. This is so like everything that you use, your whole career is based on computers. based
And
on machines.
that's been a gay man that's invented that, which is
No,
brilliant.
but what I'm saying is this is in the 40s. He wrote this paper in the 30s. So that paper that he wrote was called The Imitation Game, and it was an idea, a concept that one day man would be able to create a machine that could think for himself.
Yep.
I.e. the computers or
about artificial intelligence,
right? But imagine being so smart and so clever that you have not only invented that machine to crack the code, but had those concepts in the 30s, and you try and explain to somebody, they'd not got a fucking clue what you're talking about. It's like people try to tell me about TikTok. I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. Imagine
that's probably how. Sorry.
You fucking will be. I was saying to Miss when watching, there's a bit in it where he's like, people say that he's a recluse, right? And they're talking about him. I'm going, see if you were that intelligent, like beyond.
Who can you talk to?
You would be a recluse because you couldn't function with normal people, because I'd be like, you're a fucking moron.
That's how he's probably like a glory hunter, or just like in the sort of the gay scene, because he can't have. But listen, hear me out. He probably can't have you think of the birds back then. Well, listen, I'm actually developing a program that computers could think for themselves and artificial intelligence. And she's like, well, gee, I'd love a washing machine and an ironing board. And he's like, no, but what about this artificial intelligence? Right, and he's like, fuck this. And then he just sticking his cock through holes in toilets and that.
You're on one a day, aren't you? You're on one.
No, listen, I'm trying to keep it light.
He's no George Michael, right? He's a.
I know he's Alan Churlin.
He's been churning out bums, I'll tell you that, churning out fucking computers and churning out guys' emails, passages.
What is it you do? I make computers, wee man.
Get that in your mouth.
You one of the apples. Don't eat that apple, wee man. Anyway, so watch
don't take a bite of the apple. Just take a wee sniff at it there.
Doctor.
Why have you got apples in your windowsill? Listen, I'm also developing this out called poppers, right? It's not taken off yet.
Look. Yeah, know how when the helmet passes your sphincter and it's pure agony? Aye, have a smell of that, wee man. Holy smokes!
Oh, it feels like my bumhole's singing. Exactly.
Oh, on top of old Smoky, covered in cheese. Anyway, how you been, mate?
I've been all right. You know what? Bizarrely, you're watching really intellectual films, and just like
I'm not. Do you know what? We were struggling to find something to watch, and it came up, and I says to her, and she's like, "How no?" I said, "Have you seen The Imitation Game?" She went, "I have not." I said, "Put it on." She's like, "I don't like Cumberbum." I went, "I know, but he's dynamiting this."
All right, is it Cumberpatch? Is in it? I've seen it. I've seen it. As in, I've seen it advertised. But that's great. You're watching these intellectual films. When the other night there watched Finch with Tom Hanks, and I have to say, it's on Apple Player or whatever it is. What a lot of pish. See, if I'd have watched that when I was maybe 6, I'd have fucking enjoyed it.
Do you know what?
It was so predictable.
I did think when I saw the trailer for it, I thought I might as well just go and watch Castaway.
No, just don't watch anything. Just fucking headbutt the wall.
Because honestly, see, the other night we were struggling to find anything to watch, man. Right?
Oh, there's nothing worse.
I put that Velvet Underground documentary on.
Mate, fucking amazing.
Do you know what, dude? I'll need to do it again, because the first 5 minutes, I was like, I can't get it. It's too much. I started it too late at night.
I watched that's bizarre. I fucking watched that.
Mate, because it was you posted about it, and I thought,
I was like, he's fucking reading my mind about
it. I says to Yaz, I was like, what do you want to watch? And I says, Mal says this is really good. She went, don't.
No watching it. I can't watch it.
So we put it on, and so see, literally the first 30 seconds, I had to leap for the remote control to turn the volume down. It was like, I was like, weird. What the fuck? Aye. So I was like, right, I need to do this when I'm not tired and I can get into it, because it does look great. I watched the trailer for it.
Oh,
the first 5 minutes, I was like, I don't know what's happening here. This is too much, man.
Aye. But bizarrely as well, there's Lou Reed, who was, I guess he was a kind of closet homosexual. And he was writing.
What's happening with this episode today? What's going on with you?
Well, right, we're up for the gays. We're cool with the gays. And what was brilliant about that documentary, well, there you go, I fucking forgot I even watched it until you reminded me. What I thought was brilliant about that documentary, so like, I was never like a Velvet Underground fan, right?
Yep.
I get right into fucking David Bowie, started digging right into David Bowie's early stuff.
Yeah, you did.
And then David Bowie produced an album for Lou Reed, which is another fucking amazing album. And then through that Lou Reed album, I then went back to Velvet Underground.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I seen that documentary, I was like, I fucking watched that, man. And I sort of kind of knew, I'm not like a fucking mad stalker, but I kind of knew Lou Reed was gay just because of the contents of his lyrics and the song topics and stuff like that. You know, not that I had a problem with it, right? But you know, I was like, oh, I'm not listening to any guys saying about gays and that, but there's something interesting about it. And then when it goes into it, but it wasn't just so much about Lou Reed, it was about the John Cale guy, who was the guy that brought the fucking chaos to the Velvet Underground music. So, like, know that song, have you ever heard that? The one, Waiting for My Man or whatever it's called. It's just, no, Heroin it's called. It's Lou Reed singing about waiting to score some heroin. And there's just this fucking noise in it. And it's uncomfortable, it's unsettling, but it just makes the full song real. It goes into how this Welsh guy, studied drones, just the one note noises and holding it, and how that fucks with your head with all the harmonies. And it's fucking amazing. And he brought that madness to it. But then obviously, as the Velvet Underground wanted commercial success, they were wanting to get rid of the madness. But that guy, John Cale's classically trained, and then you're focusing on fucking a repetitive noise. That just fascinated me, man. And also there's Andy Warhol connection and all the fucking nut jobs in New York. And it was fucking, honestly, blew my mind. You're listening to the hashtag show. I felt like fucking Mark Commode.
Mark Commode.
And then I was like, yeah, he studied drones. And then I was like, fuck me, man. Anyway, no midgets, no shagging, 4 out of 10.
Mate, I tell you another thing, right? These are called Ringos. Before I go into my Ringo topic,
is this some
listeners, I hope you've got your tickets.
I
hope you've got your tickets for hashtag live.
Yes,
we have
December
got
19th.
We have got the one and only Frank Sinatra back. My favourite, the guy I listen to 24/7. My drive to work.
It's interesting that I think today's is it National Far Right or National Anti-Semitic Day or something.
Well, Frank about gigging tonight then, won't he? So Ringos, right? Now these are Italian biscuit.
I was going to say they look fucking shitey Italian biscuits.
A Ringo. It's not the Ringo from the insect band, you know, the fucking the Beatles. Mm-hmm. It's the Ringo biscotti. And basically, they're like Italian custard creams.
Right.
I don't know if it's just me or everything tastes like custard cream in Italy, but that's the closest thing I can describe it to. And they're fucking amazing. But they're no custard creams, but they've got that custard creamy vibe about them. So I'm going to MSLR. What is it?
ASMR. So it looks like, I'll describe this for the people who are not on YouTube. It looks like the bottom half looks like a custard cream, and the top biscuit looks like a chocolate custard cream with a cream filling. I will say, is that slightly front loaded on the filling?
No, it's just the way I'm holding it.
Just the way you're holding it, your mental fingers. There you go.
Mommy, how I love you, how I love you.
That looks very. The biscuit looks so dry; it's came away from the filling.
Well, it's kind of almost like what are the other biscuits you can get with a cream in the middle?
An Italian Oreo.
It's kind of like an Italian Oreo. So I'm just, they're not big enough to eat.
That's what they call when two black men have sex with a white woman. An Oreo.
An Oreo.
Or a white man.
In Italy, we have a black man and a white man having sex with the woman. We call it the Ringo.
It looks small. They look small. The biscuits.
Great, and totally custard creamy. No. My missus would never try a custard cream for the point of the 49 pence for a packet of 500. So she's just like, my God, what is the ingredients here? I'm not eating them. But she'd eat Ringos all day because they're Italian.
It's because they come in like the individually. Mate, that's the power of marketing. You see if you were to take a custard cream, right? And you say to somebody, you buy Tesco's own brand, Morrison's own brand, whatever, and a full sleeve of custard creams is like 50 pence, right? There'll be snobs like your Italian wife that'll turn their nose up it. But if you take the exact same custard cream, wrap it individually and charge £1, they'll pay £1 for it.
Oh, aye, all day.
So nonsense.
Do you know a custard cream's one of the biscuits you eat it and you're just back at school or nursery?
No.
I used to go like my custard creams and eat it for the corner and just grind it down. And then I'd stab somebody in the eye with a fire engine.
You really need to see a psychologist. Did you do it on the farm for fireworks night? Were you enjoying it? I feel as if it just kind of came and went this year. I
I
didn't
got
really
all
see
the
much.
animals running about me. I can't see it. Fireworks, wouldn't it be, for the sheep and the cows and all that, wouldn't it be?
Right, we had to dig a
The right
we had to
thing to
build
do.
a wee den for the tour manager. He was in a heli estate. He fucking hates it, man.
I seen some guy, right? It's a boy I know, and he fucking messaged, aye, for all the snowflakes, we enjoy fireworks and all. For all the snowflakes complaining about their dogs. And I thought, who are you trying to impress with that post? I'm not like a fucking animal lover or anything like that, but they're up wee animals, they're all right. And I was thinking, that's just like a macho post to try and get a rise out of cunts.
I think the problem with it is as an animal owner, animal lover. I mean, also the cat couldn't give a fuck. The cat was up opening the window to try and get the noise in and fucking wind the dog up. The cats don't care, man.
That's our evil, man.
They are the devil, mate. The yin and yang of the dog world. Anyway, but
You're
when
the
I was
devil in
young,
the
see,
sky.
because you always had like big events organised by the council. Like when I was young, I used to go to in Renfrew, you go to Robertson Park, right? And there was always a massive
Aye,
place.
well,
So,
brilliant.
but also see the stuff that you had in your back garden. The stuff you had in your back garden was a sparkler, a Catherine wheel, and a Roman candle. Whereas now, there's people buying stuff for like £200-300 that are industrial
mental buy
fireworks.
packs. Yep.
And it's saying things like, light 30 metres away and they're in a fucking 2 metre long garden. There's
Mate.
cunts in a scheme fucking shiting themselves as 6,000 shots go off.
See, about fucking 10 years ago, right? I knew this guy, and he went, I can get you fireworks. And I went, I was working in the studio, and I just thought I had like, the kids. I thought, you know what?
I love
Even though
guys like
fucking,
that.
but this guy was like, no, he goes, these are fucking fireworks. He goes, like, right, powerful ones. And I was just thinking he's bigging it up. Well, it's something like fucking 30 quid or something.
Right.
And he brought them in. Wasn't any packaging in it? Fuck all, right? I'm talking, this is how I knew they were heavy duty. See the fucking sticks that held them? They were fucking almost like 4x2s. They were fucking huge sticks, right? And then
It's
the
like
hangs,
big massive fucking butt plug on the top of it.
the hangs on them, the wee ones were like the size of these microphones, and they were the wee ones.
Right.
And then there was big fucking rockets, right? Like mental rockets, right? And I thought to myself, holy fuck.
Aye, they look like
Dude,
RP. Like, I feel as if I should be launching out
Aye.
a bit of guttering.
so we used to do that when we were younger with the rockets, just put them in guttering and fire them at each other. It's kind of when we were army commando.
Mal, right, sorry to jump in there, but do you know, see when you were young and you would you would hold a rocket, right?
And fire
And
at
you
your
would
pals.
fire it at your mate and it would hit them. But nothing would happen because
Well, I don't know. That's how,
No,
if
but,
you
mate,
remember,
if you
they
were
started
to go-
advertising to be sensible with fireworks.
I know,
Cunts
but there was
like that,
always
like,
one.
I'll never let off another firework, my
Aye, but
one.
there was always one that used to fucking just hold a bang. You're like, why? If you were to launch one of those rockets now,
I miss those daggers.
if you were to launch one of those 80-pound rockets that sounded out, fucking take their head off.
Oh, it'd fucking half them in two. Right, so anyway, I got these rockets, right?
Yep.
Did I got park? No. Did I fucking go into the country? No. I went out my back door and invited another couple up. And one of them, my best mate, he's a fucking fireman, right?
He should have been working.
Well, he was like, holy fuck, they're fucking massive, right? And I went, I know, we need to watch what we're doing.
Where'd you see the fireworks?
I hadn't let any off you, right? And I was like, really? This boy says they're really, really fucking powerful. And he's like, fucking no shit. And I was like, yeah, man, they are. And then we're like, high five, woo, wait, let's do this. And we high fived. And I had never had a big back garden or anything like that. Just a house in Paisley. And I propped it against the fucking wall, right?
Yep.
And I dug it in. And we just tried the wee one at first. And we fucking lit it, right?
Oh, no.
And we were like, giddy. And we kept, this is how scared I was. I kept the wains and the women in the house. Because I was like, I don't know how this is going to end.
Boys.
I was like, you can look at the window at this.
Take your top off.
So we ran away, right, laughing.
There's nothing worse when you light it and it goes, and then you leg it and it hasn't actually lit, and you need to
Aye,
get back
well,
like a wee shite
Aye,
back.
you should get back like that, 2 centimetres at a time. But anyway, so
They're
that's still
50
gone.
matches together, so you got a giant match.
This is still gone, right? And we run away. And I was like, holy fuck. And it went, right? Then it's all the things. I dug it in the ground too much.
Oh,
It wasn't
so can
coming out.
launch? Oh, no.
Right, so it was fucking shaking about with the stick. Right? And I was like,
It's going to blow.
and I was like, take cover! Right, and we were hiding behind the fucking stairs, right? I had a wee stair bit, and we were looking down this fucking angle. And it exploded in the garden. I
bet
swear
it
to
did.
fuck, man. I felt it in my face. Know that? And it went boom, boom. And because it was in the middle of the fucking, I honestly think that would any closer to the pit Wendy's in. So then we're like, "Hoo-wee! Let's get out the big one."
Dig them on. Dig them on. There's nothing better
And
than when
fuck's sake-
it would fall over and it would like shoot into the corner and you'd shit yourself and then it would like
Mm.
blow back and then blow up again.
You're
Aye,
like,
or the
"Mate,
ones that would just hit afterwards and be chasing about, the fucking, you'd be running about. Hey.
that
but
must be
then-
what it's like in Beirut, man. That was mental.
And I remember one of the big ones that I did, I fired it and it hit the roof of like the houses over the back. Because it was just like, you know, like I hadn't, then I also take the next one, I get it all loose and I sat at an angle, but it just fired, hit the fucking roof and then just fucking fucked off everywhere and blew up. But, you know, good times, man. Good. And apparently that's what the guy said, they were actually meant to be fired from water. That's how fucking
From
strong they were.
water?
Ah, you meant to go out into water and have a wee platform, fucking set it up, then get to fuck. And your old dad's lighting it with a flag.
I remember once getting ones like when I was in one of my first flats and all the boys were in and we got these fireworks off a boy in Renfrew and mate, see the fuse on it, it was like a bit of fucking rope. The size of this thing.
Long or short?
Long but fat. It's like lighting an actual bit of
Yeah.
rope. And see the thing, see when we lit it, it went like it went so fast the fuse. And we're just like, no.
Hand
And
grenade.
it was the first one where it went up like out into the air and then silence and then all the colour burst out and then it went fucking bang and I honestly I shot myself. I was like,
Make sure you like that in the school. Don't like that here.
but to go back to your mate about the point with the Dugs, the problem being that see if bonfire night was just the 5th when you could plan for it. So if you wanted
Aye.
to go out or if you had animals, you go, right, you know what, it's just for one night,
Give the dog some Valium.
make him a wee den, he's fine. But it's the fact that even
It's
the
a week
weekend
before and the week
it,
after.
the weekend before it was going off and the days before it, so you don't know. And like I said, the fireworks now, they're industrial, man. They're not meant to be for somebody in the
Aye.
house.
See, to be fair, when I had my wee dog, it never gave a fuck about fireworks. We'd actually take it up the park. Aye, it was just
At
mad.
fireworks night.
Aye,
Dogs
we
out with a
used to take it
sparkler.
up the park. But in saying that, that was the same wee dog when I dropped tons of microdots on the kitchen floor and I only fin half of them.
There
The
you
wee
go.
things fucking sniffed them up.
I found an article that I wanted to talk to you about.
Right,
Just to
before
get
you
your-
go into that, right, before you get into
Yes.
that, just to end on the fireworks subject,
Uh-huh.
when I was younger, we used to hang about the shops, and close to the shops was this guy. I'm not going to say his name, right? And
Stevie.
he got a hard time for the bad boys, right? And it was a wee shame for him, right? And every firework night,
Oh,
when you could, well, as soon as you could buy bangers and that out the shops, and one year, these guys fucking lit a couple of bangers, put it through his letterbox, jacked his door, right?
Mhm.
And
Horrible.
so the boys came to the door. But
Mhm.
you couldn't see anything but the silhouette of the fire and him screaming and dancing
That's not funny.
against the window. Now, it isn't funny, right? But it is funny. But
It
then
is funny,
the
but
adult
it
says
isn't
to you,
funny.
the adult says, that's terrible, that's scarred that boy for life.
It's
But the
bullying.
wee immature kid in you that you don't really like to bring out a lot gets a right good chuckle at, and he was doing this a Mexican dance, shiting himself. And they could have fucking burnt his sister into the ground.
They could have. You could
They
have
let
been
him,
in
they
the
let
jail
him live,
for
so that they
arson
were all
attacks.
right. They were good guys.
You could
But
have
it's
been in the
terrible.
jail.
No, I had fuck all to do with it. I was just hanging about the shops, and the
Oh,
bad boys had done it.
Yeah, the bad boys.
I would never do something like that. That's too evil. I would stand as a child and watch and laugh, but I would never be the guy to do that. Now, let's be honest. If you're young and a child and a big bad boys are bullying somebody, you're going to watch the fight. It's only until you're older that you'd maybe go, hey, stop that, guys. Let's talk about this or something like that. You know what I mean? Or, hey,
Hey,
let's
guys,
all just be friends.
Let's welcome Jesus Christ into your
Yes.
Lord and Savior.
Listen, if we all sit down and hold hands, we can talk in tongues. And
Hey,
the Lord-
guys. Do we all know Kumbaya? Come on, let's sing a song.
You but what you talking to your Peter?
Hey, see my mate, he gave up heroin, right? And I fucking and I met
What,
him
what an opening line. What an opening line.
and I met him no long after it. And he'd get in touch with the God Squad, obviously to help him out, right? And he's like, I'm not kidding you. So my nickname is Lucky, right? And he's like, I'm not kidding you, Lucky, man. They've really put us on the higher ground, they put us on the right path and all that. And I was like, I was just like, I knew he was just a fucking nut job. And I was like, well, that's good. Because I was genuinely glad he was off the gear because he got on the right by the way. I said, that's fucking great, man. He's like, he goes, I've got to be talking tongues and all that. And I had never heard this in my life, right? And I went,
What?
I went, the what? He goes, they've got me talking tongues. And I said, I was like, I don't even want to say his name, right? But I was like, what do you mean they've got talking tongues? And he went, I'll show you. And he went, right? And I went, what are you fucking doing? He goes, I'm talking tongues. I'm talking many languages, right? And I stood there and he'd done it for about 5 minutes right in front of me. And he was doing all this, right? He goes, they love it. He goes, I'll just sit and I'll talk to them and they'll tell me like I'm channeling, many languages and the voice of Jesus Christ, right? So I was like that, man. That's fucking great, big man.
Is this in Glasgow? Is he doing this in Glasgow?
Mate, this is doing the Shire. This is back in the day.
Oh, this is real tongues.
And I said, tongues, you ass.
That's a serious tongues, eh?
I was like, big man, you just fucking keep on the right path. That's so.
As long as you don't forgive me, I don't care what you're up to.
And he's walked away, and I was just going, holy fuck, man. Because I genuinely didn't know, is he better on heroin or is he better off? Now, if you're wondering where the rest of this episode went to, nip over to our Patreon to enjoy the full show.
The best thing is, they will not even know what 21.5 gallons is at this point.
Well, there's so much fun there, so much laughter. That was all over on the Patreon.
Patreon.com/the hashtag show to unlock all of the episodes, and including this one and the extra content. Sign up for as little as £4 a month, £1 a week, to support the show and enjoy your favourite podcast. Do it now.
See you later.
The hashtagshow.co.uk